Yo, what's up, Rock Scooter Squad? Let's get ready to go. Rational market open. Crazy. You guys know how we roll in rational markets. We roll back into bed. That's how we roll. Right? Am I right? But don't. All right. Let's go. Put on some cool, chill music. Let's jam. Hold up. Where's my encoder here? All right. Good morning. Terrence Austin. What up, Quest? How y'all doing? What's up? Hey, Ronnie. How have you been? All right. Atomic, Jason. Yeah, it's been a hot minute, Ronnie. Hope you're doing good. All right, let me skip the old countdown here. Forgot to click the button earlier. All right, let's go. Let me move all my stuff here. All right. As you see, we've opened 140 something points down, 67 points down on the outside of BD bands. We are opening irrational. We got this news coming through. You know, it's another bank thing. Markets be very sensitive. Obviously, we talked about the VIX showing that sensitivity all month. That triple B is always an indication of that sensitivity. March triple B is down here. You're trading above. Market's just gonna be sensitive to news. That's all it means. It's like a emo market meter. How emo is your teenage child stock market gonna be this month? Right? It's gonna be. It's gonna have feelings and feel weird. So anytime news comes through, volatilities they show the amplification of that. Kind of like a all right. So that eval account that I was trading on Elite Trader Funding, apparently, I think they change it. It says Elite now, so I guess this is the real money account. So that's pretty chill. I need to go read the rules. We'll do that today since we need to do something to stay busy, right? I even took a hit. QQQ is around the edge of the DD bands. Let me run the bot really quick while we're waiting. Let me open my load window layout. Let's go. Okay. I can wait Discord ready here. So it's irrational. I'm in no hurry to do anything out the door, right? We take it slow, take it easy, double check everything. Let's run that DD bot really quick. Oh, it is not up here. Well, let's run it. Mouse. Come on, mouse. There you go. Update. Yeah, it took 5 days to trade. It took me five days to do it. If you don't count the mulligan, which I'm gonna gracefully allow me to say that I passed it my first time. The mulligan was an actual failure, as you know, but it was the day that TradeAvate's data locked up, and I just took a little bit of drawdown. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reset and start over tomorrow. I guess that's part of life when it comes to sometimes you're at the mercy of your broker. All right, open liquidity map. We're talking resilience is slightly positive. We're at the bottom of that distribution zone, so it could be a possible long trade from here. I'm not gonna risk anything today. I'm gonna take it easy. Let's run these. Hold on a minute. This doesn't look right. 388, 390. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it does. I was like, why does this not look right? You're way outside the band. That's why it doesn't look right. It is right. 389.33, give or take. I'm just kind of taking this. This is from the bot. I ran it again for this morning. Just kind of reconvert. For band, look outside DD bands on S&P. It's the furthest one away. It and the Russell are probably similar, but S&P looks like it is the furthest one away. 395.18, kind of like right here. We're sitting here on the side. We are trading. Remember, irrational, everything with a grain of salt. With that DD number come through, we'll see what it says. Get my alerts front and center. QQQ already. Yellow, okay. QQQ already teasing a hedge pressure break. Oh, I love these alerts. Oh, so cool. It makes me happy. I only have to check any charts. I like the alerts. QQQ back down on, or back up. I like this. Monthly hedge break on Qs. So, but although I do have to take partial credit for the loss because I did enter in a bad trade. I just would have not blown up the account for sure on a bad trade. I would have been able to stop or get out or exit if the data was okay. So I said, that's stupid. The data froze up, so I'm just going to start over. Instead of dig myself out of a 2K loss or whatever it ended up being. I was like, that's unfair. I can just start over. Very first day, it was like lock. So that's cool. This looks pretty neat. 150K static drawdown. This is the trailing drawdown one. So that's called the end of the day drawdown. It's different rules. It's a different challenge longer term, and I'm going to try to pass that one as well. My current student, I do have one student I'm teaching one-on-ones to. My current student's about 50-60% of the way there. I don't do one-on-ones that often. Only if you live with me and you're my girlfriend. I'll teach you how to trade one-on-one. So she's almost halfway there, or maybe halfway there. I actually don't check in with what her trading results were yesterday. But she's blasting through both of those too. So let me talk about the just the rules really quick. Let's go back to the eval. Let's put this gap front and center. Let me talk about that real quick. Yeah, so interestingly enough, let's kind of draw this 295.11. And this is Nasdaq, and Nasdaq is inside the bands. Now, I know the stock market is going to respond really crazily. I don't think the news today is anything, obviously we're talking about, was it Credit Suisse was losing a funding source, right? The market's a little sensitive to that. Market's feeling emo. All this bank news. Let's analyze the commitment of traders this morning while we can. So remember, I'm not doing any trades today. You guys may think, what is Matt going to do in this environment? Matt's going to do absolutely nothing. Do the smart thing, right? We know the smart thing. 295.11, give or take. There's that DD band there. I'm just this is from the bot, and this is published in the Discord. It is the conversion from the futures to an adequate or an appropriate ETF distance, 337, give or take. Okay. So let's just analyze real quick for those of you that are interested in my analysis today. Right, mean reversion long up. This is a liquidity pocket. Wall to middle is random. Things are random. When things are random, use DD to kind of help pivot the thing. DD is 0.4. That's outside of the tolerance. So bear zone is appropriate. This thing is likely not going to rally. Remember, irrational is random. So you have to kind of take everything with a grain of salt. We have irrational on monthly hedge break as well. So in reality, market open below DD. It's irrational. Market breakthrough, monthly hedge, it's irrational. It's irrational in all cases. Stay on QQQ. See that? QQQ is irrational on all levels. No window of opportunity today. Right? So outside of the DD band, irrational below the screen line. Irrational above this yellow line. So at all points in time, QQQ is irrational. Means all trades today are small, teeny, weeny, itty bitty trades, right? Anything happens. QQQ, mean reversion long up, nice in the middle, sandwich in the middle. Gonna favor the bear zone because that DD number is a little lower. So I'm not too excited to chase any of this today. It looks kind of crummy. S&P resilience is below the -10 threshold in an irrational market, so it's going to favor resisting here and trading down. The market might collapse today. Let's take a look at UVXY just to see if we have any kind of craziness here. And I think VIX is already outside of one risk interval as well. Yeah. Which never turns the market back on for me. So that is a sit out signal if there ever was one. Don't you like waking up to the idea of, oh nice, I get to go enjoy my day off. Let me go put together that IKEA shelf that I ordered a million years ago, and it's still sitting in the box, and I never opened it up. You know, whatever project you had, and let me go pot those plants that I thought I was gonna. I bought that one time at Home Depot, thinking I was gonna grow my own cilantro in my backyard. Let me go finally do that. Whatever your project is you thought you were gonna do, today's the day to go do it. This is gardening advice, it's not investment advice. Take the day off. Don't rush it. There's an opportunity here. Every trading day is an opportunity, right? Today's an opportunity to refresh that emotional capital. There's one thing that you drained yourself of. It's not your bank account, maybe. Last couple of days, you drained yourself of heart attack, worry, troublesome energy, tiredness. Now's the time to go fill those bank accounts up. Go take a nap. Go eat some breakfast. Go work out. Do something around the house, and you get the emotional capital. That's the bank account you want to grow as well. The emotional bank account. Brian, you have no choice. I'm ordering you to the cleaner garage. Carla's gonna make you do it. We're gonna be in the doghouse. Take that Kiki scalp to half cap, positive resilience, easy peasy. Mark took that quickie. Mark probably got in and got out, right? Mark being a more adventurous scalper. It's not an incorrect trade. I like that. Very nice. So Mark taking that Kiki long, just tapped half gap, got out of the way. So monthly hedge break, took the squeeze long, got in, got out. You see that opportunity there? Very, very good. Mark. Wow, good reaction time. So, you know, when you're just taking a look at this, any monthly hedge break is likely going to move to find a resistance. He knows that half gap is probably the peak of that, right? It's the other side of a mean reversion. It is likely resistance. Resilience was slightly positive. That's why he took that run, but he knows S&P resilience is negative, so he's probably not holding. So let me guess. You saw Nasdaq resilience is great. Monthly hedge pressure was breaking. And then you took the long and then closed here because this scared you out because S&P is going to drag everything down, and that scared you out because S&P is going to find a bear zone. Is that correct? So he took the trade from here to here and was not being greedy to take more. He took a quick opportunistic scalp, which was actually very advanced level and does not at all look like you didn't do everything correct. When you know that you don't have all the signals pointing in the same direction, you got to trade one resistance to the next very quickly, right? So he knows, well, Nasdaq resilience is positive, S&P resilience is negative. So he knew that maybe I'll just get a quick burp on Nasdaq and the S&P is going to continue to look kind of booty, right? And all the signs are there, as we talked about. If you guys remember, type in chat really quick and smash that like button while you're here. It's everybody give us some love on the chat here. Click that like button. And a quick question: what's the tolerance on DD when markets are irrational? What do we need DD to be below or above to be confident? Let's see if you guys remember. Pop quiz. So y'all can remember this one. 60-40. You can't, 50-50 is normal. Rational markets, slightly bullish is very bullish. 51, 39, 49 is good. But when irrational, I kind of need a little bit of fat. 10 is arbitrary, but 10 is enough. Since this is a market cap weighted instrument, 10% is a buttload of market cap. It takes a lot of market cap to shift this number 10%. So 60-40 is a good enough buffer for me, and 40 is very bearish. The rule on Rocket Scooter is that when you are checking off bearish or bullish on DD, 96% of the time on the S&P backtest, you open in the bear zone, check. If this is signaling bearish, check. Remember, this is bearish is 40 or less, and irrational, or 50 or less than 50, rational. So bearish, check. Bear zone, check. 96% of the time, you're going to stay in the bear zone somewhere. So, already, go in here and mark it up. Resistance, right? It's like, imagine you have like an infinite playground, and say with Rocket Scooter, you just chisel away what's really not really not probable. So when I'm counting cards, trading, which I kind of always call it counting cards, I can kind of start etching away what doesn't matter, right? You guys may see like, why is this guy drawn on his charts? Well, also just remember, You guys remember that trading, you know, before I switched to try to give the ETF challenge a go. So I'm always trying to do trading challenges, right? And you guys have pretty much seen me do so many different things. I've done like a 5K to 50K challenge, past that. I did a trading challenge a couple years ago. I went on like a 70-day streak, crazy. I did a trading challenge earlier this month before the ETF partnership kicked off. I was just kind of like doing something for the stream, and that kicked off and I pivoted to this. But when I was doing that, I won like a 28-day streak with about 80% win rate. This was an 80% win rate. Same thing. I do normally trade about an 80% win rate. And the reason I trade for 80%, get about an 80% win rate when I trade, again, people say, you know, whatever they want. I'd be the only trader on planet Earth, on YouTube, that shows you history of the challenges, the things that are history. It's not always going to be 80%, but I did pretty well on this one. I only lost one day with 4 trades, whatever. It took 5 days to get here. I'm done. This mirrors my normal run up to drawdown ratio. That's pretty clean. That's about a 4.5. I like that a lot. Managing drawdown is the secret to passing certain types of these eval accounts of daily drawdown or max drawdown is the thing. The static eval is pretty easy if you get your first trade as a big win, because static eval is just a certain amount of money off the top is your loss. So you need to make sure your first trade is a win, so you build a buffer so that your other trades can be losers. And so you don't want to trade risky right out the door. So the easiest way to pass one of these is make your first trade a win. The easiest way to pass one of these is to manage your drawdowns so you don't hit that trailing drawdown or the daily loss sum at the same time. You'll be battling both of those depending on the state of the market and state of your account and how you've been trading like in a short time period. But this is a different challenge, which I'm again going to pass. This needs a 15K profit. I'm a third of the way there. My girlfriend's like 50-60% of the way there. She's been more focusing on this one. And the reason she is because I told her I want her to practice on the hard one. Because this one this is your like day trading one. It's got a daily loss limit, which is your real battle. This is a static drawdown, so you have to be really pro to know your first trade's a winner. That's a professional thing, and I'm pretty good at waiting. So I'll wait until I get the right trade. Lucky for me, my first trade was a winner, so I had room to play. I had room to make mistakes. So girlfriend's been focusing on this one. This one has different criteria. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But long story short, why is this guy doing this? Well, the reason I do these things is because I want to make sure that the trades that I make have the highest probability of winning. So we call this like window of opportunity. And so like I'm just going to etch out things that I don't think are possible. Right? So I'm going to make this like a black box, right? I'm going to turn this transparency up a little bit. So I just got invited to be on a brand new podcast with The Street. You guys remember The Street? That's typically the olden days. That's actually how I met Ashton, by the way. So Street was hosted by Catherine Ross. So The Street is a big financial media company. They did a podcast through Twitter Spaces. They basically kind of mix like some pros, like some floor trader pros, with some like newer folks to the scene, like, you know, we call us the younger crowd. So, you know, we're the newbies. So it was like the pros are Jay Woods and Sarge. Everybody knows Jay and Sarge. If you guys watch CNBC, y'all see them all the time. You know, like they're the guys on the floor, and Peter Tuchman. So like those three guys, you know, Peter was on occasionally, but you know, those three guys were like the pros. And then they picked like some really good, or really, let's say good, this really handsome, good looking, awesome newer folks like Ashton and myself. And Vegas, if y'all know Vegas from I Love Stocks, she's amazing. Sweet lady from Canada, one of my best buds in the trading world. So that's how I met Ashton through that podcast. So it's like the three of us and the three of them, and occasionally AJ. So AJ Singh, if you guys know him, A Stocks is ballin' badass. Love that dude as well. Would pop in occasionally as well. So it's basically like that was our crew for The Street. And then they took a break because they were reformatting a whole bunch of stuff and changing a bunch of their lineup, and now they're coming back. So they were, you know, restructuring and redoing. So I got reinvited to be on the crew. So I'm pretty excited about that. Got the message the other day. It was supposed to be today, the inaugural launch podcast, and I just got a text that said they're postponing it until next week. Good morning. But love it over there. They with their random. What I liked about it is they with their random questions at us, like no prep time, just to like have us react. And being on that show with like literal pros, like the guys that have been sitting there on the floor for, you know, 2-3 decades longer. It's very intimidating, but it's also very educational. I learn a lot. And they would throw the randomest stuff at us, and we would just have to kind of like know a little bit about everything, which made it fun. It's fun and challenging. It's not like the same topic every time. So excited to see that start back up, but apparently, according to my text, it's gonna start up next week. They postponed. Today was the launch, which is good. So my day off gets another day off, which is great. A little excited on how I'm gonna spend my vacation day. Let's draw some stuff for you guys. Okay, so I already blacked out what doesn't work, right? Resistance, and I'm just change different colors so it makes a lot of sense, right? Let's etch away what doesn't work, pretending we were gonna trade. So today's an irrational day. There is no trading. If you guys have ever wanted to check out Rocket Scooter by itself, right? You know, got a deal for y'all. Click this link right now, and this is limited time only. This is never gonna be a thing permanently, and it's probably gonna go away within a month. $35 a month. Trial or extended trial. There's been massive amount of people that have joined. $35 a month for a $200 a month package, just for 3 months. Check it out. Go through our program, learn everything about risk management and trading to your heart's content. Learn everything Rocket Scooter, and at the end of your extended trial, you'll get a discount for Rocket Scooter. You'll be one of the inaugural crew, a special badge, a special honor token, as all the cool things that are coming up the platform. You'll be in that inaugural crew. You're like, I was there for the first moon landing, for the first extended trial. So check it out. You will never have a better experience for $35 unless you do an escape room, which I'm a big fan of those. And that's also worth $35. I force Nicole to go all the time. She goes because I like it. I like puzzles. I like solving puzzles. I'm like, she's like, what do you want to do tonight? We have the night off. Well, escape room. She's like, we did one last week. I'm like, oh, she's such a trooper. She'll go with me. But I like to go with 2 people to escape rooms for the 8-person challenge because I want it hard mode. I'm like, we're gonna do it the 2 of us, and we're gonna divide and conquer. We're gonna test the relationship merits. How good do we solve problems together? But if you want to spend your $35 on something that doesn't last an hour, something that lasts a month, then you check out Rocket Scooter for a whole month. We'll teach you everything I'm teaching you here on the screen. Big 3 indicators: DD, liquidity map, resilience. Put them together. Fosto says, I got the notification on YouTube but not on the Discord. Explain. Watching the videos last night. The restructuring the videos is way cleaner, Matt. Oh, cool. And I'm gonna refilm some of them to be even cleaner, because as I would flow in those videos, I'd have a really loose script that I would write. You're playing out 6 weeks of content. The market, shows up one day and it's like, boom, irrational VIX, and I go, well, I got to film that today. So things like, and then of course there's like a little carryover, because I always say, you guys remember yesterday's class? Remember this? Because we had, God, in February alone, we gained over, I don't know, 1,000+ new user accounts that came through there. Right, full-fledged, full-time subscribed members, like almost 400 more. Right, so we blew up, right, with just membership. So I was kind of like treating everybody in the extended trial like it was a continuous process, and then people were like joining 2-3 weeks in and then missing like the first week. And so I was reorganizing the videos, and I realized, okay, the sequential aspect of everyone was here from the boot camp from day 1 to day 7 to make it totally immersed. It's like if you jump in day 8, you're not going to get that experience unless you start over. And then we reorganized the videos to make more sense, because they were filmed out of order because the market conditions were like, okay, here's an irrational day, we got to film that today. Oh, here's a hedge pressure break, we got to film that today. So now that I was kind of like flowing through those videos. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what I need to do. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of the videos and script them out for good and refilm all of them again to make them shorter, to make them a little more concise and a little bit easier to follow, and less of the boot camp will be like the optional part, and just be more of like, you know, these are all the things. And I know sometimes I would leave a fact or two out that I should put in. So I'm gonna like script them, then we're gonna film them all again as market conditions arise. So this is gonna hold us over until we go through, and I'm gonna actually time a 5-minute summary videos we've just been filming. I've done like half of those for part 1 and 2. Quick path videos are going to be, you know, 10 to 30 minutes, which are going to be like, this is the deep dive and how this thing works. And total immersion is like, I want to learn everything this guy has to say. So now, okay, back to what I was doing here. I'm blocking out stuff. Where's my resistance? DD 40, resisted bear zone. Check. Okay, let's pick a different color. Just kind of like to map things out. Let's go ahead and pick white for resilience. Okay. Resilience clearly. What's the tolerance on resilience? Okay, first of all, you always have to note on the mark on the top of the screen. Irrational, right? Irrational today. Clearly, you've got irrational flags on hedge breaks. I don't even have to open up the charts. I just know irrational. So irrational, it's the 40-60 rule up here, right? What's the, everybody remember? Quick check. What is the rule here for resilience when irrational? Everybody go. It's plus or minus 10. And I have a kind of a quick question. I know this would kind of throw everybody for a loop. Since this is a scale of 0 to 100 with 0 in the middle to hint that it's pivoting around a midpoint, this, I could also do the same thing. I can make DD 0 to 50, and I can like minus 50 to 0 and 0 to 50, and I can also make it a fraction. Like I can literally make DD and resilience the same scale so that it's the same plus 10 minus 10. Would that throw everybody off if overnight DD became a number that pivoted 0? Or do y'all want me to keep it the same? Because you have to teach like 2 different things. They're both a tolerance of 10, but would it be easier if I made DD 0 to be balanced and then minus for negative and positive for bullish? I mean, that would be more intuitive. We'd have to like kind of grill everybody for a week just to remind them, but I've been thinking about that lately during the courses because I'm like, DD, I scaled it from 0 to 100. I made it a fraction. And then I never intuitively thought, oh, it'd be easier to scale them both 0 to 100 in the same way, or... Well, not 0 to 100, but like, we're negative, like with resilience. Negative implies negative. If you look at bottom left of my screen, right, Adrian? So the question is, should I make DD negative for bearish? I'll let you guys decide that. You obviously have to refilm all those videos. Okay. You like 0 to 100? Okay. Because, I mean, it's the same thing, right? You guys all understand what I'm saying. It's the scale. Like, I have DD 50 as the middle, and then resilience, I scaled it 0 to be the middle. I get to choose the scaling, right? Okay, we'll leave it the same. All right, anyways, back. Plus 10 minus 10. Right? Clearly, S&P is in the middle. It's hard to tell. When S&P is in the middle, how do we break the tie? NASDAQ resilience, right? So S&P, it's not outside that band. It's kind of noise. It's minus 2. It's kind of inside that range. So I'm going to go to NASDAQ. Oh, okay. Now, if I had to break the tie, NASDAQ is very positive. So if you were to force me to break the tie, here we have resistance here. We have, so our -1 system, there's a counting card, -1. Bearish. Resilience, noise, slightly +1. I'm going to be like, okay, maybe +1. So actually, let's just be, because I'm not really too convinced. Let's give it a plus 0.5, plus half. Plus 1, minus 1 is like the card counting hint, right? You're gonna tilt your bias when you're standing on the middle of a seesaw. And plus 1 means take a step to the right. Minus 1 means you take a step to the left. When you add up all your biases, right? Whichever side you're on, there's your overall bias. So while NASDAQ being strong and the S&P being weak, irrational market, slightly like, okay, maybe somewhat good. But again, S&P is pushing outside the band. So I'm going to give this like plus 1/2 instead of my plus 1, minus 1 system. I'm not that confident that a couple stocks in the NASDAQ are going to turn the entire S&P around when today's catalyst has everything to do with banks and bank failures, right? So still negative. Okay, let's look at the liquidity map. Bear short up and we open below monthly hedge. See plus 1, minus 1. Are we bearish today? Let's pull up liquidity map to see other the big three. BRSU, opening down here. Open, hedge, open. This is a V-shaped trade from open, hedge, open. Open, hedge, open. Open, hedge, open. Trade's already taken place. So liquidity map, minus 1, plus 1/2. The total of those is minus 1/2. So my resistance or my overall would be a bearish mentality. So I would take the short from monthly hedge back to open, just like liquidity map shows, and I would have taken long, or I'm sorry, I would have taken short from here to here and closed it out even if I were trading. But we're irrational in VIX risk interval, which means I don't even trade anyways. This is the one risk interval. This is the one irrational rule that I do not trade no matter what. Once it triggers, I'm done for the day. Close for day. Anyways, so we're pretending that this didn't happen to do the analysis. Close for day, right? VIX risk interval tap. The minute you tap VIX risk interval, you don't even play that day. That's the day that the market will not be your friend. It is stupid. Anybody that trades in this environment, you are just a, no offense, I love you, but fucking degenerate gambler that needs to do something better with your life. If you are just always trying to gamble, this is going to be the end of you over the long haul. There is no rhyme or reason to the market. We've statistically proven that the market is 100% random. Volatility takes effect. Here is the old risk interval distance. I know you, Robbie. Sit on your fucking hands. I'm about to come over to some of y'all's houses and stand behind you and like wave my finger at you like a disappointed grandma, like, Sonny, you better not be trading today. So here you go. Like anytime you go this far on the VIX, I just gotta tell you, you're gonna take your risk interval band. It's currently a distance of 3. The bot in our Discord will give you this level. The minute you get to this distance, see that volume spike? It's predictable high volume here, right here. Starts to ramp up and trade. See how VIX itself has exploding, expanding candles? Imagine trying to predict what's happening here. The onset volatility and the expansion of the S&P because of this is ridiculous. Let me show you what you're gonna deal with. Let's go to the futures really quick. You're gonna notice a very steep change in the way the market's behaving. Notice the candles, right? Nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. Like let me make it smaller so it's easier to see, right? It's kind of like moving very systematically. There's just a distance it's moving. And the minute you hit that risk interval band, that distance is getting wider, the candles are getting taller, the wicks are getting bigger, right? That is triggered by VIX. Your distances have moved quicker. Now you may say, well, wow, like the S&P is moving up and down 60 points. I can get in on some of that. And yeah, you can. I mean, you're dodging bullets and flipping coins. Get in at the wrong long, and you're gonna be nuked. Get in at the wrong short, you're gonna be. The volatility is too hot to handle, and your drawdowns are gonna be bigger. I'll tell you the difference between what I call career trade and gamble trade. I passed the 150K eval account that I was just kind of playing along with. It took me 5 days, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Here, 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 and here. You see this crazy volatile shit market, I still passed with an 80% win rate. Why? Because I know when to sit out, I know when to avoid dangerous markets, and I don't want to trade in crazy volatility. Now, my one losing day, I remember, I believe was Friday. I longed, and we had a monthly hedge break, and actually I think that is what day it was. I think it was here. I longed, there was a monthly hedge break on the S&P, and I closed out. Took whatever little loss I did, maybe whatever day it was, I remember. And then the market continued to fall and whatever, and I sent out and woke up another day and traded what looked good. So when I know that volatility is going to expand and be a little crazy, fixed risk interval is something you don't play with because the market can rapidly move 60 to, you know, this is a, what is that, a 50-point move. No matter, you know, half, and this is like even pre-market. So market's open, we've already moved 20 points. I mean, it's hard to gauge. That's all I'm trying to say. That is the one rule that we have that I closed down, and I closed everything down. And I don't want to deal with this kind of noise unless I'm very sure I got something. But all the rules are triggered. We're at, you know, DD band is broken, so, you know, I mean, that's already a rule. Risk interval is going to make the volatility wider. That's already a rule. So it's, you know, it's like, this is just something I don't really care too much about to put a lot of risk on the table. Especially when like the ETF 150K, remember your first trade out the door has got to be a winner. That's one thing you got to do. And so I got to wait for a good one where all the signals line up. And there will be days where all the signals line up. Even in a bear market, you will wake up and all the signals will look good. And that'll be the day that I trade big. Do you have a new BBB today? Let me see. Is today the Tuesday before the third Wednesday? The answer is, yes, we did have a new BBB yesterday. Thank you for reminding me. See, I'm telling you, y'all are better traders than I am. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Y'all pay attention when I teach. I love it. Okay, you're here. Y'all are the best trading crew on the planet. Love you guys. Robbie just sends some tasers. You press a button, it tases us. I'm gonna get shot. We're gonna get like like a DT, rocket scooter shot callers. I was gonna push a button. Every time you make a trade, it's gonna buzz you. Bzz. Okay, let's calculate a new BBB. Let's do it. Shock collars. They'll have a nice little, the Rocket Man logo on it. Bzz. Like a little mosquito zapper. That is correct. Here is the new. I need to get myself a. It's a Tuesday before the third Wednesday. This is the third Wednesday, so yesterday would have been it. And that is the Tuesday session. Yeah. So you go back to the original calc, it's like this. The end of the Tuesday to Wednesday creates a triple B. So here's today. Tuesday and Wednesday creates a new triple B as well. It looks like it's literally like, let's get really big here. Six and 58. Oh, so 59 right in the middle. Yeah. And April. We do our calc on the Tuesday before the third Wednesday. Unless my calendar is wrong. Today is the third Wednesday of the month. Correct? Today was VIX monthly options expiration. Will this month be the fourth Wednesday? Is that what it is? Oh, so it is the Tuesday before the VIX expiration. So I was wondering where the green line was. It's not today. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay. Y'all are right. I'm looking. This is correct. Yeah. It's the day before the VIX expiration. So let's go look at the VIX expiration schedule. Because the first was a Wednesday and it was after February. So let's look at the VIX expiration calendar. It is March the 22nd. Oh yeah, you're right. No triple B. Not yet. This is a weird month. So March 22nd, this is the one where it's the fourth Wednesday instead of the third. Yeah. So always go check just to double check. Always make sure you check. So this is the one. This is the one off where you have to look. This is the fourth Wednesday this time around. So yes, you guys are correct. But y'all did listen to the classes. This is just the one time that the VIX is not that third Wednesday. It's the fourth Wednesday. So today is not expiration. Good call. Good call. Yeah, very weird, right? I guess, I don't know. I guess why they switched it is this is 20, maybe just because it was the one where it didn't give us enough time between the last one and this one. It's just to spread it out for a 4-week period. It's because it's a February. It's one of those weird effects where February is a short month already. And March 1st is on a Wednesday. So it made it even shorter. We just literally expired. There's not enough time has passed. So maybe they just spread it out because you had both rare things happening, right? You had a March also start with a Wednesday. So it didn't give like 3 full weeks in March to trade. It would have only given you really 2 full weeks because, you know, Wednesday being the first. So that's probably why they did it. Just to spread out the risk an extra week. Yeah, good call. Thanks for reminding you guys. Yeah, so checking the schedule, we have another week on that, which is good. But just kind of going with whatever. Like, there's that spontaneous volatility. The trade I could have taken was here to here and closed out. But one risk interval VIX, I just closed out for the day and call it a day. Do my counting cards. Bear side says they're resisting here. Resilience being very strong and positive. It's likely to trade back up to here in the middle now. And you see how rapidly these things just run? This is what that risk interval is like. You don't get time to react. And a lot of times you guys are going to try to play this and chase these green candles. Be like, ooh, I need to get in on this, right? It's like you had to have just known to be long here, which you wouldn't have. You're outside of the rational bands. You have a bunch of stocks hugging half gap right now and then finally pushing higher. Resilience doesn't have any leading edge that easily when markets are irrational, right? We can't assume that it's very leading. Now we can say, okay, well, it's 30 and 53. Okay, that's pretty positive. It's likely that we could break hedge and go to half gap. But again, you're dealing with spontaneous volatility. You know, you just ran up 20 points in a 5-minute span. It's just not good trading. And the point is that when you're a trader, you need to isolate what's good trading. And the way they have a high, my style of trading is not to trade all day long. I've seen people, literally, I've seen YouTubers. Like, I've seen YouTubers go on and stream live, right? And like make a big trade, 2 or 3 big trades in the morning, come back at lunch, trade some more. Trading the last 15 minutes of the day, like that's going to tell you anything. And, you know, going from positive 20 grand to minus 30 grand. And, you know, granted, it's probably a paper account, but at the end of the day, I've seen people just overtrade themselves to death. You know, you really see people sit here and practice good risk management. But at the end of the day, like my stats are pretty much, you know, there's my stats. Nobody will go statement to statement with me in you know, the Twitter world. I'm the only one that really posts it anyways. Let's just say something, but it really is because I want to show that I don't trade all the time. I only trade when things make sense. And when you're picky, high win rate's my style, not lots of big winners and try to keep your losers small. I think that's just a myth. The market controls how big your winner, or the market controls your wins and losses. You control when you trade. So when everything lines up, trade. When everything looks great and your confidence high, trade higher. Position level, like go deeper in the risk. Your confidence is low, go lighter on the risk. And it sounds simple when I say it, but you watch me be picky. You know, 80% win rate, it's not because I'm over trading. These are what I call my career accounts. My career account is, okay, let me show you how you could beat one of these eval systems. I beat it the first fucking time. How? With 80% win rate. How? Because I'm picky. I wait, I strike. 1 trade a day, I'm done. I'm not over trading. I'm not trading the last 5 minutes of the market like a complete and total noob. I mean, nobody, I don't understand. I hear people say power hour. Power hour is stupid. You trading when index option or index ETF options are expiring. Now the CBOE has them expiring every single day. The last 2 hours of the day are completely random. That's why we made that rule. You will be 100% jolted in random directions. And you can see on the dot, you can go back and check. So, you know, the rules that we like to kind of very, very much focus on is the market's random. When the volume starts ramping up the last 2 hours of the day, and watch, all the gurus in the world after a year from now are going to be copying what Rockseer does. They're going to realize that. Look what happened exactly 1400 hours, right? Markets like sitting here, quick dip, up, down, rally. Wait, what? That's pretty random. I mean, it's almost on the dot. I mean, you can see 1400, right? Markets jolt, 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 sell off. Okay, that's random. It's been going up all day and then it sells. How about this one? Let's go back another day. You're gonna realize that being picky is the real secret to doing career trading. If you wanna play, you know, you have this like Twitch to want to click buttons all day long, you know, go play a video game or something. But if you want to trade, the best trades when volume's in decline, when it's all algorithmic and it's not humans jolting markets around, no catalyst, no irrational moves. Just be picky, take the thing that makes sense to you. Here's 1400 hours. Oh, look at this. It's going to rally. It's going to bounce because the other day is reversed at 1400. No, it's going to keep going. You have no idea the desire of companies to acquire shares during the last couple hours of the day when their options are expiring on a daily basis, when 80% of the notional value of the SPX exists in zero-day options, means all that risk is front up into that expiring contract. Who's going to be taking positions or not, that becomes random. Because of those two facts, the market has so much human interaction in the last 2 hours of the day. That's pretty much where all the market activity now takes place. Thank you, CBOE, has shoved all the risk in the last 2 hours of the day every day, and humans are making choices there. If you're trading the last 2 hours of the day, you have zero idea how options, futures, and stock market actually works. You don't even read the news. You probably even know what a zero-day contract is. You have no idea that people are acquiring shares randomly. If I have puts that went in the money, do I want the cash? Do I want the shares? You can't decide with your butterfly monkey snake pattern vomiting camel that I'm going to take 6 million shares of Apple short with my puts that are in the money, or if I want the cash on the trade. You will never be able to tell that. So you'll never be able to tell if market makers are going there and have to forcibly acquire that short while the market's falling to push the market even lower. You'll never be able to tell. So it's random. It's a trading power hour, which I always hear. What's going on at the end of the market is just people literally sitting there analyzing noise. And any mathematician can tell you that. Yo, what up? Yo, Theo. Hey, so did you see my note in Discord? We should make like a music social meetup crew. So let's do a thing, right? What do we do on irrational days? I'm gonna do what I always gonna do. Let's play some games. Let's have a fun game day, a chill day. Rocket's going to launch a bunch of social clubs. So social club is like, what do you like to do for fun? And if you guys have a social club you want to create, let me know. And what we'll do is, you know, on your day off, you can say, hey, irrational day, who wants to play Call of Duty? And you can do at Call of Duty. And everybody with that role will hear you call for your squad mates, and y'all can go do something else that's not trading, right? And so social clubs, if you guys want to create some, just let me know and I'll make the roles for you. Like you guys, hey, let's like jam out, listen to music. Hey, you know, music crew, I got all this. Here's a new playlist, check it out. I just went ahead and created some random ones of everybody said. If Rocket Scooter decides to throw a rave on a private island, you'll come out of retirement and DJ it. Hell yeah, dude. You know, I'm gonna get you to come DJ at my wedding. That'd be kind of dope. What I want is, I want house EDM remixes of 80s music. That's what I want. Like 80s pop songs, but like with a good house remix. That's all I want. So social club is like, today I'll say like let's play some Halo or something. I'll be like, at Halo we can all play something cool, something that's not trading, because clearly there's nothing further to analyze other than noise. So power hours noise, irrational VIX is noise. You can sit here all day long and try to guess. I promise I've statistically proven that irrational markets, especially the VIX one, is completely random. And you're staring at it all day. Market's gone up, down, up higher, down higher, up high. I mean, you're over trading and doing it, right? You don't have to, and the thing is like, career trade is the one trade a day. When you want to make that one best trade you can see, take it and be done. You want to gamble, trade with a fraction of the risk if you need to click buttons all day. If you need to click buttons all day, why not play Magic the Gathering online with your friends? You know what I'm saying? Let us up and jam out. Let's go. Yeah, like house EDM mixes of 80s music. Like, ooh, heaven is a place on earth, on earth, on. You know what I'm talking about? Theo's already over there taking notes. You like that bass drop I just kind of threw in there? Yeah, I should probably never quit my job as a trader. I'd be a terrible singer. And fireworks going off at the same time. We would throw one hell of a rave. All right, let's turn this ETF account from 150 to 200. I'll take the first 50K and I'll rent a music hall and an island. We'll go to Greece. I know Theo would love that idea. Let's go to Greece during Yacht Week, right? And then we'll just rent I don't think we can rent a private island for 50 grand. But hey, we'll see how far we can stretch that money. Maybe we could rent like a private alleyway somewhere. Who cares? We're gonna party in Greece. Live DJ music. We'll rent a yacht, even if it's a cheap one. Let's go. Belinda Carlisle, yeah. Just, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have that good blended 80s music. So anybody here go to music festivals, by the way, because I travel and go to a lot of them. So I'm going to Hangout Fest in Alabama. If anybody's going out there, just look us up. Don't come jam. Greece isn't that expensive. I know, that's what I was saying. You might not be able to afford it. I said I would take the first 50K and throw a rave. That's a joke. The ETF account. But private islands, private alleyway. Let's see how far we can trade. Private Airbnb. Maybe we'll only make a couple $1,000. We'll be fine. No game day for yet. Gotta go through the videos. Yeah, that's right. Watch the videos. Don't waste your time trading. Go watch the videos today. Now let's take a look at QQQ. Do you see how crazy this is? And what's neat about the risk interval rule in VIX is that you might be able to say, ooh, I could trade hedge to half gap 3 or 4 times. You can't say that. That's random. That again is noise. I think Mark today took the first trade that made sense. It's usually that first trade that has all the juice, right? There's the volume, the highest volume pivot in the first trade. And as you touch it again and again, clearly there is still high volume, but this is going to be random how much it is. And it's looking like it's less volume anyways. Maybe it could be bigger volume. It's particularly random. So if you get that first trade, typically, you know, you take that lucky scalp, you get it, like don't overtrade. Like I don't trade again and trade again and trade again. But you see how the Nasdaq is just so torturous. Look how crazy it is, right? You'll be at the EDC in Las Vegas in May. That's awesome. We talked about going to EDC. We also talked about going to Ultra, but we decided against those two, and we're going to Hangout Fest instead for one of Nicole's niece's birthdays. The whole family's going, so that's the one we picked this year. We got all of them there every year. EDC would have been where we gone, but instead we're going to Disney World in May instead. Coachella, nice. Benji can work together, trading 1 hour, then be a professional singer. Let's go, let's go. Archie used to DJ. As we said, this that's a jam. This is not expensive. EC Ultra. Oh yeah. We go to some pretty cool shows. Even when we go to like traveling new city, we'll look up like what DJ's playing where and try to check them out. Like went to Chicago, like Dioro stepped in. Went to just it was at Tao. Tao's pretty cool if you've been there. Then we went to Denver one time, and then randomly Benny Benassi was playing. We're like, oh, we haven't seen him in a long time. I'm gonna check that out. Just smaller clubs. We like to like sniff out like good DJs and in Houston, right? You guys, I mean, if y'all came to Rocket Scooter Party, y'all know what it's like down here. We practically like our friends are like all the club and restaurant owners here. When we got hooked up, my buddy owns the club we threw the Rocket Scooter Party at. We got like the who's who down here are pretty chill folks. They're all like nice, like young restaurateurs and club owners are really cool. So that club always has really good music. We go there, occasionally. I mean, I'm 41. My clubbing days are practically over, but still though, we could throw a party. We had a great party. God, we had so many people come to that too. That was such a fun event. We're gonna do meetups every year, by the way. We're gonna do like a Rocket Scooter meetup. We're also gonna do a conference. I'm still talking to like some of the other folks in the industry about the conference. So it might be hosted by some some friends of ours and people that you might know. I can't spoil too many details, but like the actual financial FinTwit conference is probably not going to be like a thing anymore. And that turned out to have some, you know, people kind of like canceled it, I guess. And so now there's like no conference. So we were all like, well, let's get the traders to throw together a conference, like a big meetup, like all the groups, like all the trade groups and all the trading communities and, you know, all the big names, just kind of everyone get together. So we might start sponsoring a bigger conference, all kind of fun events, right? To be fun. And we really like maybe like rocket scooter vacations, like every couple of maybe 1 or 2 times a year, we'll host like a vacation meetup, and we'll like try to get package deals and see who wants to go. And we can all go on ski trips. I don't know, music festivals, whatever y'all want to do. We'll try to make it fun. So not just all focused about trading, but you know, like we're a squad, we're a team. We've known each other for years. Like Theo, like Mythos right here, he's been around since 2015, like 2015, 2016. People, we've just been in this crew for, gosh, going on like 8 years now, right? So we've been workaholics creating the platform, but now it's like, okay, now's a good time to start doing fun stuff. Like I'm inspired by Matt. Matt always does cool meetups. I went to Trades with Matt's first meetup in Austin. It was hella fun. And then he's doing one in Vegas where everybody's gonna go and play golf, and he told me about that. So I might head out there and piss everyone off about how terrible I am at golf. And I'm like, yeah, you know, meetups will be fun. We have such a huge community. We never like did much social stuff. So now we're doing social clubs. So you do gaming, online gaming, whatever you want to do. I mean, just like, you know, 3 or 4 months ago, we had like maybe 3,000 people in the Discord. Now we have 4,500 in the Discord. 1,500 new people in the last couple months joining our ranks. So it's like, okay, now it's kind of worth planning stuff, like big events and everyone get together and whatevs. Let's do some team jogging in real life. House or die. Oh yeah, baby. I like house music. I love house music. You know, music like this, basically, like the music I'm chilling with right now. This is like lo-fi hip hop beats that just kind of like make your day super mellow. Keep my blood pressure lower. Ed out is 5 festivals a year. By far, EDC Vegas is the best. It'd be RV. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That'd be fun. We would be at EDC this year if we weren't going to hang out in Disney. So we're gonna have like a little small Disney World trip as our vacation. You haven't really had like a vacation. We travel a lot, but it's like to meet family or to do event. Like literally every trip we've been on last year. We've been on 7 or 8 trips since Rocket Scooter's launch. It's always like family stuff. Or we haven't really done a good recreational vacation because of work. Paintball. Oh, paintball would be fun. Come to London. I would agree. Nicole lived in London for a while. She always talks about London being cheap. Cheap trip. Oh yeah. Anybody have any questions about anything you see on the screen or anything you guys want to go over before we call it a minute? Call it a day? Head over to Discord. Like I said, go to our Discord, go to the area at the bottom in the members area. It's called Social Clubs. And be like, hey, I'm interested in, you know, I like this. I'm into whatever, books. Let's create a social book club, right? And you want to say, hey, you know, book club at books. Here's a new thing I'm reading, right? If you guys are interested and you want to share that, you know, like I said, we always have something called Spaceship Pilots, and there's another rank that we have called Light Engineers. Right, you get like a cool title if you want to organize a club, and you'll just see that you're creating cool stuff for you and your friends. Doesn't matter what you do, we can just create a role for it, and you can create a little bit of a little crew. Wine, yeah, you want to like make a wine tasting club? That'd be fun. You know we love wine. You need to take us out to go get wine sometime, Brian. Applebee's. I don't know randomly why you're talking about Applebee's. Is that your social club, Alan? Let me tell you a funny story about Applebee's. So when I was younger, we used to have this group. I have some pictures on my Facebook of this because people used to think, you know, everyone always tells tall tales of the back in the day, but this is a real tale. So I had a group of friends back in the engineering days. I knew them. They're engineering. They were in some group called Events and Adventures. It's some kind of like, you know, real life social club. You just pay like a fee and they organize events and you go and socialize and meet people. I never was in that, but my best buddy at the time was in it. And so by factor, like all his friends became my friends. So there was like a group of like, you know, 40 people that we'd always have like our own events, a party or pool party or something. And, you know, 30, 40 people would come. So we had another friend that had a similar crew. And then my neighbor at the time, when I lived in an apartment, he also had a crew. So we used to call super group events, which all three of the heads of the families would get together and organize the party of parties. And we would have, you know, hundreds of people because everybody would bring plus ones and whatever. And it would literally like shut down the entire apartment pool. And it got to be so big that we'd have to like cook at like 3 different places. We would like barbecue, you know, we'd be making like, you know, 50 pounds of brisket. I mean, we literally like a huge event. We would go and we decorate all the tables at the pool with tablecloths and balloons. Like all the girlfriends would like get together and buy like matching plates. We'd have Super Bowl parties where we would have like a themed punch for each team, which is the color of the team. So we used to go all out for like back in the day. And so this same super group we used to call it prom night at Applebee's. We would all rent tuxedos and the ladies would wear evening gowns. We'd rent limos. We'd make it super over the top. We would get fake red carpet and roll it out. Limos would pull up. People would be taking pictures. And we'd all roll into an Applebee's over in the Heights in Houston. And we would literally take over the restaurant in tuxedos and evening gowns. And it was like one time the guy had one of those portable speakers with a microphone and he's like coming in on the red carpet, blah, 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 like, and the Applebee's folks loved it. We would tip them so well, and people just like, we'd go on like $1 Mai Tai night on Thursdays. So we'd all be drinking like $1 Mai Tais and like ironically just have a prom night at Applebee's. So speaking of Applebee's in Kansas City, that was super group parties. We would do goofy shit like that when I was in my 20s. We had so much fun. Chopped salad and Bud Light. Oh yeah. $1 Mai Tai night. Ooh. I think it was like Thursdays or whatever. To have like a fake, you know, red carpet, limos would pull up. I mean, this was like before the days of Instagram, right? I'm talking like my 20s, so like like 2000s, 2007, you know, those days. So unfortunately I'd have to go through my Facebook probably and find the photos of all the stuff, but there was no Instagram at the time for people to like show off that stuff, but that was fun. Those were the fun days. But super group parties were always so much fun. So we used to all do music festivals together. That was the whole point of that story. And then you said Applebee's reminded me of all that too. We used to go do all kind of music festivals as a group. So it was like, I remember doing big events like that. They were so much fun organizing them. So we'll probably just start doing stuff this year. Let's call it a day. All right, everybody, head over to Discord. No classes today. We're gonna take it off. Take it easy. There's nothing to film. This is very simple. Everybody understand what today was like for me, at least. Like, there's no reason to touch the market. If you haven't done the extended trial, it's very limited time, $35 a month for 3 months. You can cancel anytime. Check it out. It's like literally the best $35 you'll ever spend in trading. It's like a day's worth of commissions for some people. Get a full month of education, all the videos, everything. Make sure you guys understand where the videos are. There's a Rocket Scooter training section in Discord. We're about to create a course curriculum on the website. Make it easier to follow. It's going to kind of go in a straight, like a path on the site instead of just like in the Discord. I got some notes that the layout, the save layout windows, save window layout button. All the features of that will be patched in tomorrow, like all the additional features we wanted to make. Like window locations. You have multi-screen window location now. I can save that. Remembering which ticker is in which window, it's going to remember that. It's going to remember what you had minimized and maximized in each window. It's going to remember that. The pop out resilience, Humble and all the folks have been pointing that out. When you pop out the resilience, it does not maintain the values. That's just a little bit of a bug. So that'll be fixed hopefully by tomorrow as well in that same patch. So when you pop out resilience, so they're fixing all that stuff. And it's all the browsers. The Edge had its own issues with the pop outs. The only browser that did, they fixed that. And so some pretty cool patches coming out this week. They're going to do a cosmetic change. Lastly, cosmetic change on the alerts. You're going to see this. I redesigned it to look like this. Look at my screen really quick. Zoom in. Instead of it, and just, I'm basically just, for now, irrational rules. Sooner or later, you'll be able to like create what this looks like on your own. You can add like a heading, create your rules underneath it, but we're going to change them to say like this: SPY, hedge break, QQ, hedge break. It saves some real estate instead of the way it currently is, which has header, some rules, header, some rules. It takes up too much space. I'm going to actually just say SPY, hedge break, QQ, hedge break, etc. That's going to change probably for tomorrow. So just a couple cosmetic patches coming through. And as soon as we're finished with all that, monthly maps is what they're working on. I just kind of go through the priority list of what they're doing before I get out of here. Save window layout, states, and inputs. That is the current patch we're on. Extended trials and other things. We're going to have some website changes. You guys are going to see certain features change on the website, like if you're in the extended trial, things to assist, and other things during the trial. That's going to come out pretty soon. And then monthly maps is what they're working on at the same time. Monthly maps and some of the auto scaling features that are present in the multi-day charts. Like, you know, I do a multi-day chart, I click refresh. Clearly it's auto scaling, squishing down when I refresh. It scales correctly, but you know, see, there's some artifacts that we need to fix, such that when you're running monthly maps, like on an hourly chart, you know, clearly an hourly chart, you don't want to be showing liquidity map with all these letters here. So that's something we're going to be working on simultaneously with the monthly maps. So, you know, with monthly maps or an hourly chart, you don't need to see the words. You just need to see the lines. And it probably, you know, so the idea is that we're going to have to fix the days, the hours, the minutes charts to all graphically show something different. Like a 6 hour chart, I mean, this is not useful. And there's no historic data and there's some bugs. So the idea is that we just never, you know, you can't just turn a switch on and have all these things draw the right way. You know, on a 1 minute chart, clearly there's plenty of space to show all the information and auto scale it. But we never really spent a lot of time doing the other modes because, you know, now that we're creating the swing trading stuff, the monthly maps, it's time to make those modes as well. So that patch is coming out. So affecting the auto scaling, which you will see if you do that settings pop out. You know, chart layout, auto save, time and price, auto scaling. You're gonna have auto scaling for like different, what we call drawing modes. So have auto scaling for like hourly charts, auto scaling for like daily charts. There'll be slightly different rules than the minute chart. Minute chart's designed to scale so that you can see all the information in one spot. So those drawing modes, monthly maps come after that. Then immediately after that, futures and futures alerts, which would be all 5 irrational rules, futures data, and futures trading are the patch after that. And then the patch after that is going to be administrative stuff on our end. So as soon as we get futures trading, it's just going to be feature, 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 feature. Feature trading at the irrational rules first. BD bans, automated risk intervals, all the bots in Discord will go away. So futures is a massive project. It's going to be like just feature after feature, and I can't wait to have that happening. Liquidity maps do not load as you switch tickers. Log out and log back in. Make sure it says connected, market open. Just log out and log back in, or close down all instances of your browser. Log out and log back in. Oh, and I also put in a ticket that if you click the X on the main platform, it closes all your windows. Currently, it doesn't do that. You have to close them down individually, so that's also part of that patch. Okay, we'll see y'all later. Have that Discord, you guys. We'll see y'all maybe tomorrow. We'll do some social stuff today. Probably chill. Maybe play some games. Maybe chill. Nothing big. You know, risk interval roll in the VIX. Market's chopping all over the place. But hey, I knew that was going to happen. Wake up, Nicole goes, is today a rational day? Gosh, I love how great my student is. She's awesome. Say a rational day? I was like, oh yeah. She goes, how far did the S&P drop? I'm like, I love you. I go, 70 points. She goes, okay, I'm turning my alarm off. She didn't even wake up. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. See? Wake up. Decide you're going to do something else with your day. That's a sign of a real pro trader. Not every day is a trading day. Not every hand is a hand worth betting on. Poker players do it. Why not do it as a trader? If you're sitting there pushing buttons all day as a trader, you're a total noob. Don't understand the game. You will ultimately lose over time. Picky is where it's at. We teach you how to be picky. During the extended trial, you will learn how we're picky. And there's tons and tons and tons and tons of videos on all this stuff. Love you guys. And we'll see y'all whenever. Maybe tomorrow. Watch your videos today on your day off. Okay. Love y'all.